Hi, good day all of you. Welcome to our session. Welcome to our channel, Intelligible Tutorials. In this today's session, now we are going to describe about what is the meaning of learning, what is a learning agent, what are the components of the learning agent, and what are the various examples of such kind of the learning agent. First of all, we are going to discuss about what is the meaning of learning. In my past videos also, I described about the learning. I told various kinds of the learning on board, but in the PPT now, I am going to explain what is the meaning of the learning. Okay, so let us see what is the meaning of the learning. Actually, learning, whatever it is, that denotes the change in the system that enable the system to do some same task more efficiently next time. Whenever we have given any task to any kind of the machine or to any kind of the agent that is doing the task, okay, so it gains some kind by doing the task to gain some knowledge. While doing that particular task, it extracts some knowledge from the existing world, okay, from the outside world. That feature is called as the learning, acquiring the new knowledge from the from the surrounding things. That is the learning. So whenever it acquires that new knowledge, whenever it performs the learning in the next time, so it produces better output efficiently the next time. That's what is that is efficiently next time. That means it produces better output whenever it rerun the same task again and again. Okay, so normally this kind of the learning is an important feature of the intelligence. So what is the exact definition of the learning? Now we are going to see. Normally, a computer program is said to learn from experiences E and some set of the class task T, and from performance measure P, and task in T measured by P improves it by experiences E. That means whatever machine, whatever agent in the artificial intelligence, it learn from experiences. It redoing the task again and again, it learn from experiences by giving some kind of the performance measure P. Okay, the goal, what is the goal of this is generalize the experience in a way that allows to improve your performance on the task. What is the main goal of this learning? To improve the performance measure by making the learning more and more, to acquire the knowledge more and more. Okay, so that is the main goal of the learning, to improve the performance measure P. Okay, so next, why do you require learning? Okay, what is the purpose of the learning? Understand and improve efficiency of human learning, how humans are acquiring the knowledge from the real world, how they are storing their knowledge. So understand and improve the efficiency of human knowledge. Discover the new things of structure that is unknown to humans. So whatever this particular learning allows you to make the machines which is unknown to humans, which is new to humans. We are identifying such kind of the patterns and structure which is unknown to human. That is also one example, but that is also one of the advantage of learning. That is also one of the need of learning. And fill in skeletal or incomplete specifications about the domain. How many incomplete domain specifications are there in that particular domain? You can fill that in the skeletal or incomplete specifications. So we have to understand if and improve the efficiency of the human learning. Irrespective of the human learning, irrelevant of the human learning, we can identify the new structures, new patterns, and learning also facilitates you to fulfill the incomplete specifications that are there in the domain. Okay, these are the three things which are in need of the learning. In need of the learning. Okay, so next, why do you require learning? What are the learning agents? You know, in the artificial intelligence, each and every term according to the artificial intelligence is called as agents. Here also one of the sophisticated agents are called as learning agents. These are highly treated as some among the highly sophisticated agents. So that means it acquires the knowledge from the around world, it receives the knowledge and sends the output, some set of the actions. How can we define an agent? An agent is the entity that is capable of receiving the knowledge and do some action to the outside world. So agent can be viewed as perceiving its environment through the sensors and acting upon the environment through actuators. Perceiving means receiving, receiving the environment through its sensors, receiving the information from the environment, and it acts sends the acting to the through the actuators to the outside world. Okay, see, these are the various kinds of the um, actuators and sensors. For example, human, what are the sensors? Eyes, ears, and hand, eyes, ears, we can take the input. And what are the actuators? We can generate the actions and outputs, hands, legs, mouth, and all these things. Okay, so here some set of the agents, those are given. Let us see in this particular diagram. Environment percepts actions agent. So agent receives the information from the environment, and it sends the actions to the environment. So it receives through the sensors, it sends those actions through the actuators. Look at this diagram. Hands and legs are the actuators. Okay, so this is the agent, this is the outside environment. It receives, percepts from the environment, generates actions to the environment. Okay, so what are the agents and what are the sensors and actuators? Here clearly the table it is given. Human agent sensors are eyes and ears. Already I told this one, and legs, hands, and mouth. Coming to the robotic agent, if at all it is you have developed any kind of the robotic agent, normally what will be the sensors for them? Cameras and finders, IR range finders. And what are the actuators? Obviously, those are motors. And coming to the software agent, what are the sensors that we are having? Keystroke file contents and display the screen and write files, that is the actuators. Okay, next. In computer science, agent, what is an agent? Agent is a software agent that assists users and acts performing computer related tasks. So what is an agent actually? It is a software agent that assists a user to act and performing computer related tasks, whatever it is given, it act in accordingly to that those actions it acts. Okay. So intelligent agent or learning agent. So what it is actually? Agent that is capable of receiving the action. In computer science, the agent is a software agent. In artificial intelligence, the term used for agent is the intelligent agent. So what is the meaning of the agent? Any agent that is capable of receiving any kind of the action. Such kind of the agent is called as intelligent agent. In the artificial intelligence, we have one term called as intelligent agent. For this intelligent agent, one of the properties called as learning. What is the meaning of the learning? Acquiring the new knowledge from the surroundings, that is called as the learning. So what are the various kinds of the features of this learning agent or intelligent agent? Percept, agent can receive some set of the inputs. So these are put in the sequence, these are called as perceptions, that is called as percept sequences. History of everything what it is perceived. Next one is agent function, so how the agent behaves. Last one is agent program, how this particular function of the agent can implemented, what kind of the program is written, what kind of the logical functions are written in that. So all these are the properties. What are the properties? The perception, the receiving input, the perception sequence, the set of the input sequence, the agent function, what is the agent behavior, and agent program. All these are the part and parcel of the learning agent activities. Okay, and next, what are the various components of the learning agent? The various components of the learning agent that it contains: number one, it is performance element; number two, learning element; number three, critic; number four, problem generator. So, what is performance element? It takes perceptions and designs the actional actions. Performance element activity is nothing but it takes the mm, it takes some kind of the input from the outside world and decides what kind of the action to be generated. And what is the learning element? So this particular learning element is nothing but some feedback determines, it is responsible for making improvements, takes knowledge about the performance element, and some feedback determines how to modify the performance element. So what we can conclude that learning element is highly sophisticated than the performance element. So it makes the improvements of the performance element, and how to give the feedback and determines how to modify the performance element. That is the importance of the learning element. What is the critic? How the agent is going to function? It criticizes its actions to improve more behavior of the particular agent. So that is the critic. So it tells whether it is success or failure. If at all it is going towards failure, it turns it towards the success by criticizing those activities. Okay. So what is the problem generator? Suggest what kind of the problems or actions that are to generate, and that are to experiences that will aid to train the system further. That